Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's try out this team here featuring the Charjabug paired with the Shadow Feraligatr and the Shadow Dragonair in the back. Here we got a pretty decent lead. We're gonna stay in for now. And oh, nice switch out by my opponent, catching a discharge onto the Clodsire. We're gonna go to our Feraligatr right here to spam these Hydro Cannons. This Clodsire here is going to be able to tank the first one, so that's not bad for them. Here they've built up a lot of energy. We're going to shield the first one here. It ends up being the Earthquake, so this shield by us. We're going to see if we can farm it down at this point. Okay, unfortunately unable to farm it down. They are going to be able to get to another move. Stonish does get revealed. We're going to double shield here and just take all this energy into the back line. Looks like they're going to come back in here with the Azumarill. Lots of energy on our Feraligatr, so or they're going to be chipping away at this Azumarill at this point. We do grab a shield eventually. They are going to be able to throw a move here. It ends up probably being the Play Rough. There's the Play Rough, makes sense. And then, okay, not sure exactly what happened there with the lag, but they're going to switch into their Shadow Dragonair, and they have their own Charjabug here. So we're going to be able to tank the first one. X-Scissor does deal some mutual damage. We're going to fire off this Aqua Tail. This is going to get a shield, or it's going to get the KO. They decide to shield it up. And now we're going to force them to make a decision. Do they throw the move or try to do extra farm? They go for the X-Scissor, take us out. And now we have this Charjabug versus Charjabug matchup. We know that they are going to be able to throw this X-Scissor here. And do we get a farm down? No farm down, but they switch out into their Azumarill. We're going to build up the two moves, throw the first discharge. We don't take it out, but the ensuing Volt Switch does allow us to guarantee we get a move. And now we just have to throw our own X-Scissor or the KO. So GG's Dragonair able to win that game with the Charjabug at the end right there, taking out the Azumarill, taking out the Charjabug, and saving us from the double shield switch out. So the main team here with the Charjabug and Feraligatr, that's the main core. The Dragonair is okay. It was just a good generalist and a lot of fast move pressure. All right, not a great lead here. We're gonna have to eventually switch out. I'm gonna go to the Dragonair and see what happens here. We're gonna overfarm, and they decide to throw a move. Scorpion Sand. Yeah, there's a Scorpion Sand. We're gonna show the first one. We do avoid the debuff, so this is great news. Ooh, nice catch by them. They are gonna be able to catch an Aqua Tail by us. We're gonna throw this Body Slam here right before they get to their Hydro Cannon. This is going to grab a shield eventually. All right, interesting. And now they're gonna throw a potential Hydro. There's the Hydro, and you're gonna have to come in with the Charjabug here and look for a farm down. We do try to get the farm down, but they are gonna be able to get to this Hydro Cannon. We take them out, and we have enough energy for X-Scissor. We're gonna throw this X-Scissor here to chip away at this Davis Beam. We're going to try to get to another move. Ooh, nice catch again by our opponent, throwing the Talonflame into action. Our opponent here is going to be building up a lot of energy. We're going to throw this Hydro Cannon here right before they get to a move. This is going to get the shield, or it's going to get the KO. They decide to let it go. Our opponent here has a lot of energy, so we're going to shield up here. Scorching Sand does get used. They debuff us, but it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get off a bunch of these moves. There goes the shield, and now it's a race to the move. They're going to throw a move here. It's going to be Scorching Sand. Doesn't quite KO. And then we're going to try to get this next move. Oh, unfortunately, they're back at another move already. So Fire Punch does get revealed for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, unable to come back from that terrible lead. That was a pretty interesting team right there with the Diggersby and the Talonflame. All right, we got the Charjabug versus this Primarina, the new and improved Primarina. They switch out into the Raticate. Whoa, interesting team here. We're going to throw this X-Scissor here. It does super effective damage. And then we're going to switch out into our Dragonair. We are going to shield this right here. Ends up being the return. So that was a great shield by us. And now we're going to be able to farm down. We expect the Primarina to come back in. It is running Charm. So at least we get this Dragonair to fight back a little bit. That Body Slam did a huge amount of damage, surprisingly enough. Already into the yellow for a Dragon type. Our opponent here does switch out immediately into the Obstagoon. Obstagoon here is going to have to consider shielding here. We are resisting these fast moves, so we are going to stay in for now. Unfortunately, our Feraligatr in the back is not going to be doing a lot of fast move pressure. We're going to fire off the X-Scissor here, apply the pressure. They do decide to double shield. and then our opponent here does throw a move. So we are going to shield here to try to get to another X Scissor because we're one fast move away from getting to it. Our opponent here is going to have to tank this. Oh, yep, they do tank it, and then we're going to switch on usually, and now it's just a race. Do we get to the Hydro Cannon? Not quite. They're going to throw a move. Disarming Voice doesn't quite KO, and we are going to be able to sneak in this last move here for the KO. So GG's to opponent, able to win that game barely at the last second with our Feraligatr. Feraligatr being tanky enough to take that Disarming Voice was wild. I was not a believer until it happened, but Primarina with the new moveset, Hydro Cannon and Disarming Voice. All right, here we got the Charjabug versus the Wigglytuff. I'm gonna over farm here. We're gonna build up to almost 2 discharges. They do shield the first one, which is interesting. Our opponent here does end up being able to throw a move. We're gonna shield here because we actually just want to chip away at this Wigglytuff. We are gonna throw this discharge again. They do decide to let it go and try to get some out of the move. Unfortunately, they are going to be able to take us out. So we have no choice but to come in with our Feraligatr right here because obviously Dragonair would not be great against this. They do go for the Icy Wind bait. We do survive that. We're going to go for this Hydro Cannon, take it out, and then we're just going to switch on immediately. They counter swap into their Talonflame. We're going to throw this Aqua Tail here right before they get to the move. They're going to shield or let this go. They decide to shield. And we're going to try to farm down, I guess. They do reveal flying. We're going to try to farm down. Oh, unable to farm down. That would have been clutch. We needed that energy to go back at that Superior. And now, unfortunately, unable to get to the Ice Beam as well. So nice play by my opponent. That was close. If we had farmed down, we would have been able to potentially get a Body Slam off on that. Maybe even 2 Body Slams off on that Superior, and then we would probably only have to get to a Hydro with our Feraligatr to take it out. All right, here we got a terrible matchup here. We're going to switch on to the Dragonair. They switch out into the Wigglytuff. That is horrible news. We're going to throw this Body Slam right here. This Body Slam will chip away at this Wiggly, so we are just getting hard counter right now. Our opponent here is going to have to deal with this Charjabug. At least I'm doing some neutral fast move pressure. They are going to be able to throw a move. Is this going to be Disarming Voice, or is it going to be the Icy Wind? They go for the Disarming Voice, and we're going to over farm and throw this Discharge right before they farm us down. Okay, and now we're just going to switch out immediately. They reveal Talonflame, so Talonflame here is going to be in a good situation for their the last 2 Pokemon. The Hydro Cannon does get thrown, and they decided to let it go, and they're trying to rely on this Quagsire to outpace us. We did farm up to maximum energy, so let's see who's going to be able to win this game right here. Do they have Mud Bomb or do they have Aqua Tail? Aqua Tail, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to overfarm, try to CAP. We do get the CAP tied, and that's good news for us. This is going to get the last shield. They're going to be able to throw another move here. Now it's just a race. Can we get to this Hydro Cannon before they get to the next move? It's going to be close. Okay, they are going to be able to throw this Aqua Tail. Is it enough to take us out? Nope. And we are going to sneak in that Hydro Cannon. This is going to KO, and that is GG's right there. So Shadow Feraligatr is saving us from a terrible lead. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.